So what? We should be live now. Why does that happen? I don't know why that happens. Why did it set it for 3 minutes in the future? Or at least that's what it's telling me. Oh no, we should be good. we should be good. I don't know why I said that. Alright, we should be live. We should be live. Tell I haven't done this in a while. Forgetting how to do simple things. Okay, let's see. Getting started each day, anxiety recovery. PJ, what is up, bro? Blake, hello, welcome. Getting started each day with anxiety recovery. That is today's topic. Anton, reach out to me again. I've been very, very, very behind, so nothing personal. Just reach out to me again. Craig, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. How's everyone doing today? It's a beautiful day today. Beautiful day today. I need to get my my streaming lights back in here. That's why it's a little dark. I don't have any lights. I need to get those back in here and set up. How is everyone doing? So, the topic of today, getting started each day with anxiety recovery. It can be very, very difficult, okay, especially when you're first getting started and you've made that choice. You're like, you know what, I'm going to dedicate to acceptance. I'm going to get up each and every day. I'm going to get shit done. You know, I'm going to show my brain there's nothing to worry about. I'm going to show my brain that everything is fine and well. How do we do that? We do that with acceptance. We do that by getting up each day with this attitude, this mindset of, today I'm going to get on with my life. I'm going to do things I don't necessarily feel like doing. I'm going to do them anyway. I'm going to prove to my brain with my actions that all is well. Okay, that's how we do that. But it can be a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? It can be a bit of a struggle, especially at first, just to get out of bed and make that choice each day. So how do we go about that? How do we do that? How do we get motivated each and every day? Well, I'm going to give you a little simple tip here. Each and every day that you wake up out of bed and you're ready to do this thing, you're ready to get on with your recovery, do one thing. Don't think about the whole day as a whole. Don't think about everything that's yet to come. Do one thing. Just get one thing done. Whether it's big or small, make your bed. Okay, start with that. And this advice really applies to those that are really, really struggling, right? That are having a hard time just getting out of bed each day. Do one thing. Just one thing. Don't think about the day as a whole. Just do one thing. So maybe you get up and you decide, okay, don't really feel like it. The anxiety is already there, but you know what? I'm going to make my bed. So you start with that. You make your bed. You've made your bed, and that kind of gets the momentum going, right? That gets some motivation. So big or small, my tip for you is to stay on track each and every day. To stay on track each and every day, you want to get up and do at least one thing, big or small. And that can be the biggest hurdle. That really can be the biggest hurdle each day that you face, is just doing that one thing. But once you get that one thing done, that sparks a little bit of motivation, right? That sparks a little bit of momentum, and you can keep building on that momentum, small thing after small thing, okay? And you can build up from there. So wake up tomorrow, all right, if you're ready to get on board with acceptance, if you're ready to get on board with getting back into your daily life, your daily routine in order to heal, get up tomorrow and do one thing. Get that momentum going early. And if you get that momentum going early, it's much easier to build on that throughout your day. So get up, get one thing done, just one thing done. Don't worry so much about what's yet to come. Just get one thing done, big or small, and you can get that momentum going. You can get that motivation building, and hopefully by the end of your day, you've accomplished all these things. You're feeling pretty good. You've showed your brain that all is well through your actions, through your behaviors. and then you can build on that. You get up the next day and you do the same thing. So that's one thing that I found that really helped me, especially at my worst. Instead of getting up thinking about all the things I should be doing or should have accomplished by the end of the day, I would just get up with the mindset of I'm going to do just one thing and I'm going to work from there. I'm going to build from there. Big or small, like I said, maybe it's just making your bed up. Maybe it's just brushing your teeth. I mean, some of us are to that point where it's that bad that we don't even want to take care of ourselves, our own personal hygiene. So maybe it's just brushing your teeth. However small, get that momentum going and it makes the rest of your day much easier. So just focus on getting one thing done when you wake up and let that momentum kind of build naturally from there. So that is my tip for getting going and staying on track each and every day with acceptance and anxiety recovery. Just do one thing, let the momentum build from there. All right, you guys. So we're going to read some comments really quick. And I know I said in my last stream that the next video or stream would be a video, but I really enjoyed my stream the other day. So I was like, you know what? It's been a while. I'll do another stream. Here we are. And here we are. I think I'm going to go for a walk. Hopefully I'll be back before the chat ends. I don't know how long we'll be here today. We're going to hang out for a minute at least. Yeah, I don't know how long we'll be here today. Always scared to play with him because physical activity caused heart palpitations and chest pains. Now I move with the discomfort and keep going. It's becoming a habit. That is awesome. Yes, building those positive habits, right, and breaking those negative habits, those fearful habits. So important. So important. Because really, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, right? At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. All of your fearful habits and your ways of behaving towards the anxiety is teaching your brain that there's a danger where there's not. So a big part of acceptance is proving and showing to your brain through the only language it speaks, your behaviors, your actions, your reactions, or lack of, that's what we need to prove to the brain. That's how we need to prove to the brain that everything is okay, is through our actions, through our behaviors. So breaking those bad habits, those fearful habits of staying in bed all day or avoiding this or avoiding that, and just going around behaving fearfully. That's what it's really picking up on. Going around behaving fearfully. That's the bad habits that we need to break. Absolutely, Jan. Yes. A wonderful holiday weekend. Yes. I do have a question. I'm practicing acceptance and let the feelings be there, but most of the time I feel down/unhappy because of the anxiety. So how do I get comfortable with feeling unhappy? Well, the fact that you're still moving forward and you're practicing acceptance, eventually that will lead to the symptoms fading and your natural happiness coming back. So don't try to force happiness. Go on about your day, accepting the anxiety and the feelings for what they are, trying not to judge them or label them, just getting on with your routine, okay? So it doesn't matter that you're feeling unhappy while you do this, you probably will. I mean, you're going through a lot. Just know that in the end, the symptoms will fade and your natural emotion will return. Anton, try Instagram. That's probably your best bet. Having a hard time this morning, very anxious. Try and breathe slowly. Don't even try to control it. Right? We don't want to try to control it and think to ourselves, I need to fight this off and become calm as soon as possible. That's where you're going wrong. That is the opposite of acceptance. If you're anxious, allow yourself to feel anxious, and that's the true key behind acceptance. To allow yourself to feel the symptoms without being in this mindset of I have to make them go away. I have to make them go away. I have to fight them tooth and nail and make them go away. However I can do that, I'm gonna do that. Whether it's trying all these breathing exercises or running in circles, I don't want to feel this way. If you're in that mindset of I don't want to feel this way, you need to change that mindset. Yeah, giving those those intrusive sticky thoughts way too much importance instead of just second main key, not following them. It does come with time. It does come with time. Nobody nails this thing overnight. It just doesn't happen that way. It does not happen that way. But you have to be honest with yourself. A lot of this has to do with being honest with yourself. You have to ask yourself, am I still in a mindset that says I do not want to feel anxiety no matter what? I want to avoid anxiety at all costs, and anxiety is dangerous or potentially harmful, or, I just want to avoid it at all costs because it's not good for me. Are you in that mindset? If you're in that mindset, that's the mindset that we're trying to change through acceptance. We want to, in a nutshell, be okay with the anxiety while it's there, to see it for what it is instead of for what it's not, and just continue on with our day, showing our brain that there's no real danger. And when those thoughts come, those sticky, intrusive thoughts, just notice them. Let them play out, but you don't have to add to them. And that's, in a nutshell, that's what we're doing. In a nutshell, that's what we're doing. We're getting comfortable with the symptoms while proving to our brain with our behavior that all is well, and we're not giving too much attention to those negative, intrusive thoughts. That's what we're doing at the end of the day. Now it's time to drop that research, Blake. Now it's time to drop that research. You're giving too much attention, too much power to these thoughts that don't deserve it. Hello, Elliot. One day at a time. One day at a time. I've never really done much research on magnesium or anything like that. I mean, when I was at my lowest, yeah, I was doing research on stuff like that. But once I found acceptance, I pretty much dropped any and all desire to research anything anymore. I knew that was going to be a big part of acceptance, was just getting rid of that research. So I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm going to say that's a totally personal choice on that one. Oh, you definitely will still experience intrusive thoughts. That's because they're pretty much hardwired into your brain at this point. They're pretty much concrete in there. But over time, we're going to break that down. We're going to break that down by not showing them any importance. And that takes time. So we're not trying to shove them out. We're not trying to force them out. We're not trying to fight with them. If they want to talk, they can talk. It's okay for the thought to come. There's nothing we can do about that. And we're not trying to force them away, because the more you try not to think about something, the more you're going to think about it. So it's okay if they want to play out like a broken record. We just don't have to go there. Yeah, extra energy, I mean, that's really all it is, right? That's really all it is. That is a good change of perspective. Yeah, as far as supplements and vitamins and medicine and all that goes, I don't really give an opinion on that. I can just tell you my personal story with that, but I don't really get involved with telling you what you should do as far as all that goes. That's totally up to you. That's totally up to you as a person, as an individual, what you want to do as far as that goes. Well, keep going, Pete. This video is how to get motivated each and every day, so this is probably a good video for you. Yeah, mornings are pretty tough for most people. That's not uncommon. That is not uncommon at all. Yeah, work on not adding second fear. Eventually you will get to the point, through changing your perspectives towards the anxiety, you will get to the point where you're not so afraid of it, and that's key. And second fear is really just a mindset, right? Second fear is just what we tell ourselves. And if we can change that mindset and that perspective by using acceptance, then we're golden. We start to eliminate that second fear. First fear can come and go as it pleases, and the nerves can catch that break. it doesn't really change from morning to afternoon hours to, it doesn't really, my advice really doesn't change, whether it be morning, you know, whatever. My advice remains the same. Two main keys, always. Always, always. Big props to you, man. Fully recovered mostly. That is awesome, Pedro. Congratulations. Hey everyone. Hello, welcome. How are you doing? Yeah, that's a common reoccurring theme for most people, that they believe their anxiety is somehow something more severe. But I can tell you, if you've been stuck in this loop for this long, okay, we can pretty confidently say that you're stuck in a loop of fear on fear on fear. Lingering anxiety feelings or any sort of uncomfortable feelings, the key is to become comfortable with them. And not to the point where you're like, oh, I love this feeling. I'm not expecting you to love your negative feelings. Um, The point that you do need to get to, though, is where you can see these feelings for what they are and not add so much fear to them. You can see them for harmless, meaningless, negative emotion and feeling that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean something is going to happen to you. It doesn't mean there's any sort of underlying condition. To see your feelings for what they are and drop all the labels and the judgments, and to just be with your feelings for what they are and not see them and blow them up to be something they're not. Should I start my day or stay in bed and chill? Because I used to sleep out and chill for a while before anxiety was there. For me, I like to get up and start my day immediately. When I was in the midst of my recovery, I would like to get out of bed and start my day immediately, get one thing done. That was the point, the tip of this stream, to get one thing done and let the momentum build from there. I found if I laid around in bed and just kind of dwelled on those feelings instead of just accepting them and moving on, it made it so much worse. I'm using the two main keys for my Pure O as well, but damn it, man. You're getting there. You're learning. You're getting there. This is a learning process. This is a big journey, and this is a journey that ultimately is going to end with you having all of these beautiful tools that you can use for the rest of your life, not just as far as anxiety is concerned, but life in general. It is a journey. It does take time. You're going to have some learning curves. You're going to hit a few roadblocks along the way. This is all very, 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 very common. I have to get to the bottom of the most random thought. Yeah, and that's where giving way too much importance to these thoughts comes into play. You feel like you have to figure them out. They grab your attention and you go right with them. Part of their two main keys is to let those thoughts come, let them play without touching them. Do nothing with them. There's actually a quote, if I can find it. That is. If I find it, I will post it on the Facebook page. One of my favorite quotes from Moji. Yes, Jennifer, just one more bullshit thought. Exactly. No thoughts are more important than another. You're all meant for something great. Every single one of you. To become an observer, a silent observer of your thoughts and your feelings without adding second fear, showing your brain there's no real danger. I mean, these are tools and these are things that you're learning that, like I said, is going to help you for the rest of your life, not just as far as anxiety is concerned. These are very helpful and beneficial tools as a human being. I have not heard about that, Jesse. Yeah, it does take time. It does take time, Elliot. It does take time. And that's where staying on track and staying dedicated comes into play. Because I know it's easy, you're like, oh, I've been doing so good for a week. I've been getting up every day and I'm getting things done. And when those negative thoughts come, I don't argue with them. I've not been adding second fear. I've just been keeping on. And I feel good. Then here comes this wave, right? And then you lose focus, you lose dedication, you start picking up the bad habits again. It's kind of like a tug of war, and that's where a lot of people find themselves, and that's okay. That happens, but we have to practice that dedication. I wouldn't even call it a setback. I've never really been a fan of the term setback. I just call it a perfect time to practice. A perfect time to practice. To retrain the brain. I mean, anytime you're anxious, what you do at that point, what you do with your behaviors and how you react or don't react, rather, anything you do when you're anxious, whether you're fighting against it or you're doing the right thing and you're just carrying on, you know, when you're anxious, that is the perfect time to begin retraining your brain. So you should actually embrace those moments, embrace those days, because that's where you can put in the most work. And is it uncomfortable? Yes, it is. But with the knowledge that you now know, you can take pride in knowing, hey, I feel uncomfortable, but I'm putting in a lot of good work right now. I'm really retraining my brain right now. So, I mean, that's one way you could look at it. I know you dread the anxiety, but how about we change our mindset from dread to I need this to retrain. And I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to take advantage of this and I'm going to put the work in now so that I can have a better future. Oh, stretch. Let's get that stretch in there. I mean, if we want to make it as simple as possible, we would just say something like the anxiety alarm sounds, and you know it's not the real you, so take advantage of that by showing your brain with your behaviors and acceptance that there's no real danger, and every time you do that, you're getting closer and closer. Yeah, some of those thoughts can really shake you up, and because your brain doesn't know the difference between just a thought and a real threat, the body reacts. If you're in a sensitized body, it reacts, even stronger than it normally would, and you get caught up in that. You're like, why is this reaction there? Why is this nervous, anxious reaction there? It must mean that the thought is important. It doesn't mean the thought is important. It means you're in a sensitized body that doesn't know any better. The quote unquote normal you that's not sensitized would not give that thought any mind and probably wouldn't even react to it. So you're being bluffed. You're being bluffed by tired nerves. And, that's what you need to understand as far as not following thoughts go. That's what you need to understand as far as not following thoughts go. That's why we don't follow our thoughts, because it's completely pointless once you understand everything I just said. Completely pointless to do that anyway. And then we just turn our focus on acceptance, on showing the brain with our reactions and behaviors that all is well. And now you kind of see how the two main keys really go together. Now you see how the two main keys, you know, go together. Thank you, Devin, for that $5 donation. Really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, Devin. Really appreciate that. You guys are awesome, and I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all you do. Okay? Missed being here. I have missed being here. Yeah, I mean, it can be D-Block. It can be. It can be difficult at times. A tattoo appointment. That is exciting. What kind of tattoo are you going to get? Don't get me started on tattoos. Yeah, that can be a little bit frustrating, PJ. That millions of people suffer unnecessarily. But we're out here trying to do our part, right? We're out here trying to do our part to cut back on that. Oh man, it would take me all day to explain all my tattoos. It would take me all day. And then some. I just have so many. A skull octopus? That would be really cool. I've always been a fan of octopus tattoos. Especially if you go all color. No, I never wanted to personally go the medication route. For me, it just wasn't something I wanted any part of, really. Getting back into gaming, I just didn't feel like it. You'll see that naturally over time, if you just get back into your routine, that you will pick up your joy again for these things. Yeah, a lot of people do struggle with the mornings. Yeah, mornings is a big one for a lot of people. Alright. We are approaching that half-hour mark. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, you guys. Really appreciate you joining in on today's stream. Subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, join our growing family here. I love you guys. You are all very, very beautiful people. All right, and I will see you in the next stream and or video. All right, right there. Stay awesome.